Hey guys, welcome back to the Wisdom Dollars podcast. It's your girl Paislee, and today I got Julie Ginger in the building.
Woo woo! What's up, y'all?
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. Just staying productive and busy.
I feel you.
So tell everybody who Julie Ginger is.
It's me.
Good answer.
I know, right? It's me. I'm an outgoing, fun person to be around. I do like to be at home too, especially right now, Corona, and all the different variants. But I've been doing porn for almost 5 years now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. I can't believe it's been that long. I mean, I don't know. I've this is what I've been doing for a long time, and I just feel like it's meant to be, you know?
Okay, so prior to porn, what were you doing?
Working regular bum ass jobs. I at one point worked for Wells Fargo in their mortgage area while I was still doing porn. I also was working as a karaoke and wedding DJ while I was doing porn.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, basically just worked, jobs that were good for my schedule. So
why'd you get into porn?
Why? I was bored with my life. I wasn't doing anything that made me feel like I had a purpose. I guess I just got a lot of people who kept saying, oh, you're hot, you're pretty, and you love sex and, all these things. And I've even had guys tell me, damn, you should be in porn. You're good. I'm like, oh, thanks. But that wasn't like the reason. But I mean, honestly, I just didn't have anything else going for me in my life that I felt was what I wanted,
Okay.
Yeah. So I had started posting pictures and videos.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. So how'd you get it? Like what route did you take to like get into it?
So I had met somebody online long before I even thought about being in porn, and he just helped open up my confidence about myself by not forcing me, but making suggestions on how to pose and what to post. And I started posting on Tumblr.
Okay.
And I started getting noticed, and people started following. And that's when some of these fans are like, why aren't you doing porn? You're so hot, you masturbate, all these things. And I was like, I just don't know how to get into it. How would I even start? And so somebody sent me BBW Highway's information, like their page. And then I went and looked at the page and then found the email portion. I sent an email with my number. I called me that owns it. And 2 months later, February, March, April, 3 months later, I basically had my first scene in Chicago with BBW Highway. And this was May of 2017.
Okay. So you got on there, and at this point was this the selling Snapchat era? Or was this the beginning of OnlyFans?
This was kind of the beginning of where premium started. I had premium at that point. I created one and then it got deleted. So I had to recreate a new one, and I waited years to recreate a new one. And I just did a new one. So I do have a premium Snapchat right now. Yeah.
Okay. So you had your premium Snap, your socials, and then you did BBW Highway. Did that send fans your way, or like what'd you feel like after you did your first scene?
So when I did my first scene with BBW Highway, it was nothing. Like, it was a piece of cake. That's when I realized this was the right move for me, because I'm so comfortable in front of a camera. I'm comfortable with people in the room. And I think that comes from just getting the experience of having sex and getting to fuck multiple people at once, and having, the chance to learn more about myself sexually before I got into an industry that does require a lot of sex, So yeah.
So then you were just like, okay, this is it. I'm on board. I'm doing all this. Did you continue to shoot for different companies, or did you go your own route, or?
Well, when I first started, I wanted to work for only companies for the most part. And that worked out for a couple of years. But honestly, companies are always looking for the next best face or people who sell. And I did sell very well for companies. Like after BBW Highway in May, in July, I ended up working for Plumper Pass. So I did get a chance to work for them a few times over those next couple of years. And then recently I've worked with Jeff's Models. So I got to do that last year.
Okay.
So it's taken me time to get myself into some of these companies. I've worked with Christian, who owns Pure BBW. I've worked with Thor Johnson, who owns Thor-BBW.com. So like, I've worked with a lot of independent people who have their own BBW centered sites.
Okay.
But I do now, I do everything. If I work for a company, I work for a company. If I work independent, I work independent. I don't have a problem doing either because I still make money.
Okay. What are your top 3 favorite platforms?
Yeah, sorry, I need to smoke. So platforms that I've been on or that I use?
That you're currently using it on right now.
So my website, BBWJulieGinger.com.
Okay.
And then I have OnlyFans still. That's doing pretty well. I have a forwarding link. So instead of going onlyfans.com/BBWJulieGinger1, I have it forwarded with JulieGinger.com. So all you have to do is type in JulieGinger.com and that'll forward you to my OnlyFans.
Okay.
I might actually add my BBWJulieGinger.com link as well, so that when they type in that you could go to either one. But I'm not sure yet how I want to handle that. So I've got those 2 and the mini vids. Those are the 3 most that I use. I do have an X videos. I do have a Pornhub, but those don't get touched nearly as often as they should.
It gets like that sometimes in this industry. You have to juggle all these platforms. It's like you just want to put your content everywhere, and so hard to be consistent with all of them across the board.
That is exactly right. I have one person who manages my website, BBWJulieGinger.com. So I don't have to worry so much about that one. I just have to get her content either edited or unedited, and she'll take care of it because I pay her to do that, of course.
Okay.
But I do manage my own mini vids and my own OnlyFans and my X videos. So I do still juggle a lot, even though I have someone helping me. I definitely suggest people to get webmasters and to have them run your actual big website. Like I suggest that.
So that was going to be my next question. So at what point did you decide you need your Julie Ginger website? And then what's this whole webmastering about?
So, in 2018, I decided that was a year into my career that I wanted to have a website. So I approached Jennifer Cherry. She runs Dirty Diva Entertainment. She's a performer herself, not necessarily on the sex side, but the more fetish side. So I knew I could trust her to not only give me advice, but also to make sure that my website's ran correctly. Yeah. So we made up a contract, and I signed it, and I renew it about every couple of years. I think we do about 2-year contracts. And, I just sent her, like I said, I either go to her and give her my content because she does live here in Vegas, or she comes to me and gets my content, or we transfer it to her. So there's lots of different avenues that I can send her content with, thankfully. But the webmastering is where they basically just handle your website, whether it comes to answering questions that are like from fans that can't get in. Usually they send an email, she gets it, I get it. So I do see what she does as far as like handling certain problems. She makes sure that I have all the right certifications for the website with like CC bill, and all the odds and ends that goes into that. The servers, like she handles a lot. So I pay her very well.
Okay, yeah. So what's been your worst experience in working in this industry?
Um, Finding talent to actually work with as an independent content, creator, porn star. Like,
Mhm.
that's probably the biggest thing that I come up against, is finding actual, like, not fans, but like people who are already established that I haven't already worked with. So
Mm.
that's the biggest frustration. But my worst experience, as far as like filming content goes, I worked with Plumper Pass one time. I don't even remember the guy's name. That's how like, I don't even care.
Mhm.
Um, he just wasn't a good performer, in my opinion. He didn't really know how to handle a big girl like me, and his dick just wasn't even that good. And if they see this, I hope y'all aren't working with this motherfucker no more. Because he was not worth it. You make me work with him. That was the worst scene I think I've ever put out.
So how is it with guys on set? Because I didn't think about it until maybe a few weeks ago. The challenges that guys might have on set with not staying up, or just the different ones that they go through. I only thought about the female side. So when you're sitting there waiting for a guy, have you had any struggle where you couldn't get up, or it was some issues? You don't have to name drop. I
No,
don't
no,
like name, but
I won't. And I did. I've had multiple men who have either booked me or wanted to work with me, and they just couldn't get their dick up. They couldn't get it hard. They were nervous, and I do my best to help them, like fluff and things like that. Because I know that, if I needed it, then all I have to do is say, hey, I need you to lube me up or get me going, because I know that, like, for females, we need to be really wet and horny and turned on to really
Mhm.
produce a good scene. And yeah, I have had a few. It's very frustrating, because then, like, you see them working with other girls that are quite big or close to your size, and they're rock fucking hard. So it makes you go, what was wrong with me? And then you don't
Mhm.
want to go to that mindset, because
Yeah,
that fucks you up,
yeah.
So it really, my boobs do not like me today. It's really, it's really hard some days, like, because I'll see men that I want to work with, that work with big girls, but they don't respond to me, or they don't give me the time of day. And it's like, what the
Mhm.
fuck did I do? Like, you know? So I try to move past that, and I try to just work with those who want to work with me and are willing to work with me. Are willing to pay too, which is nice, but that doesn't happen very often.
Okay.
So, but like, guys, I couldn't even imagine. I couldn't imagine how it feels not being able to get hard. And
Yeah,
there's a job to be done.
yeah.
A lot of
It's,
my, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, especially like if you're ready to go, maybe you have camera people there, everybody's
Mhm.
paid for their time, and it's like, come on, dude, you're fucking it up.
Yeah, the guys have it rough. So they really have to be confident in themselves and their
Mhm.
ability. And the guys that I do know who been doing this for a long time, like, for instance, I was talking with Don Prince, and he was telling me, he's like, if I'm not feeling it, I know I'm not going to perform well. Like, if my dick is not, like, horny, or I'm not completely turned on, my performance isn't going to be lackluster. It's not going to be that great. And I was
Mhm.
like, yeah. And he goes, and to also think about when they're working with other guys, like, they have to also remember that, and be comfortable, not remember, but be comfortable with that other person,
Oh yeah.
especially if you're doing like double anal or double vag or doing a
You
DP.
do
Like,
double anal?
I've never done double anal or double vag. I want to do double vag, but I am not ready for anal. Hell no.
Have you shot any anal scenes?
Yeah, I actually did an anal scene Halloween week with Mr. Mysterious.
Okay.
He actually just posted it, and I'm sure it's on my website. Actually, I know it's on my website already.
Okay.
I've done an anal scene with Bucky Wright. He was my first, like, real serious on camera what you call it, anal scene.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So like any of my other anal scenes or videos that I've done, they're all clips, like 2 or 3 minutes long, not at length, like 15, 20 minutes, like some of these are. But yeah, I mean, I want to do more. I have to be ready. And if I'm not ready, then it's not going to be good, you know?
Mhm.
Have you done any anal?
Oh no, I've never tried it before ever in life. So
You,
I always say I'm waiting till I get enough following clout, so to speak. I want to auction it off, but I want to start the bidding at 10,000. So I know I have to be at a certain level before I'm able to do that. But that's honestly what, since people have been asking me the past 3 years in this industry, I just tell them that's what I'm waiting for, or a big company to pick me up and pay me well for it there
yeah,
too. But I definitely know at the level that I'm at, I'm not going to get what's very, I'm not going to say I can't, but it's very unlikely that I'll get that. So that's why. But if it never happens, then I'll never do it, because it's not something I necessarily want to do personally. But the money
yeah,
is right, girl, I won't take it.
exactly. I honestly, I wanted to do the anal scene for my website, so that I have one, because I have a lot of guys that love my ass and they want to see me do more anal stuff, but it's hard sometimes because like you've got so much to put into it, to be prepared. So I don't do it very often. That's why I'm really good at sucking dick. That's why I'm really good at that. It's because I don't
So,
really.
what's the most guys you've had with you on one time for a scene?
So I did a 4-person or 4 male
Oh,
gangbang.
really?
I've only done it with 4. I
Okay.
wish I could have found a 5th, but it just didn't work out that way, which is
Mhm.
fine. It was a lot of fun. I mean, 3 of the guys I had already fucked, like all 3 of them. They knew me,
Mhm.
they knew how I am. One of them I have fucked before, but not on camera, and he was new. So he had a little harder of a time getting up and getting to that point where he was ready to, like he was fully hard. So thankfully there was another female in the room who was able to provide some fluffing assistance. So he would just
Okay.
pop out of the scene when it wasn't working for him. And then he came back in and then everything was fine. But sometimes they get nervous, especially when they see like 4 different dudes,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
and it's only one girl, so she has to alternate. So I literally
Mhm.
had a dick in my mouth, a dick in my pussy, and a dick in each hand at one point. It was so
Oh,
much fun. I had a
that's
great time.
exciting.
Yeah.
So, speaking of fluffing, when is it too much fluffing? Where is that like stopping point where it's just like, okay, come on, this isn't working, or I'm having to do too much off camera, or
Yep.
where's the
You're
line drawn?
you're basically answering your own question. It's like when it gets to a point where he's just not able to get hard. He's just, it's not, and you've been doing and sucking for 2 or 3, 4 minutes and nothing's happening. That's when you draw the line. You're like, look, I can't keep doing this. You're going to have to either get yourself up, go take a pill, or come back and see me another day, because this is not going to be okay with me. I'm not going to sit here and keep sucking your dick. My jaw's going to start hurting,
Yeah, how are
and
you
I
gonna get a
still
good?
have to, and I still have to do the scene. So it's just
Mhm.
like, you know,
So what's the okay? So we kind of spoke on the worst, but now we can name drop. Who's the best guys you've worked with so far, or girls?
I mean, both. Well, I absolutely love working with Shane Diesel. He's just that big dick does so much for me,
Okay,
makes
yeah,
me
I've
happy
seen them.
and horny. And he loves fucking. He loves fucking me, so it's fun.
Yeah.
Let's see who else. I've worked with so many people. I love working with Ruby Sinclair. Her and I just always have a good time together, whether we're, fucking each other or I'm just fucking her or whatever the case may be.
Mhm.
We always have a good time. It's always fun, and that stuff sells pretty well. Don Prince, he and I dated for a little while, but we're just friends now. But our sexual chemistry is the best. We have, oh my God. It's so good. Like, and you can tell, people can tell in the videos when you are sexually compatible or comfortable with.
Oh,
And I love the fact that, we have that, and we can go off into our own little world and continue to give a good performance because we're professionals,
yeah.
Um,
That's always good. So how is dating in the industry? So do you date in the industry or out? What do you
I've
prefer?
done both. I've done both. So basically, when you date someone that's in the industry, I mean, it has to be an open relationship. You can try to do something that's more monogamous, but like you're only going to be fucking each other. So if you want to be able to work with other people, I suggest open relationships. You have to have a clear understanding with people. You have to make sure that each person is on the same page with the other. And there's a lot goes into dating in this industry. You have to be like trusting. That's hard, very hard. And I don't like trusting people because I always get let down. And so when I dated Dawn, things are great for a little bit. But as time went on, we still didn't really know each other that well yet. So we had to go our separate ways, and that's fine. And like I said, him and I are still friends. I adore him very much. We still have a great friendship.
Sorry, I was grabbing my other piece.
Hell yeah, girl, smoke it up. It's hard though, because you hear this person come home every day talking about, oh yeah, this bitch on set today was so fucking hot, blah 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 blah, and then like you're sitting there and you're looking at them and like you're completely like in awe of them because you're like, are you seriously doing this right now?
Yeah.
That's one aspect of what a relationship could be like.
Okay.
The other aspects are the ones where I've dated somebody, he didn't want me fucking any other guys. I said no to that. I was like, no, this is absolutely not something I say yes to, because I don't want to be in a monogamous relationship like that. But yet he wanted to go off and fuck other bitches.
Oh, see, that's the
so
problem.
It's like, and I'm over here saying, go fuck who you want, make sure she's tested, or use a condom, please. Like, don't come home to me. So you have to like really find that one person that you can really have a good relationship with in this industry, or even outside of it. Like, it takes time. And honestly, for me, I'm fine with being single right now. As much as I want to be with somebody, and I miss the aspect of being in a relationship, the companionship, the cuddling, the, kissing and being all cute and shit. I don't really need that. Like, I can do that with my friends, and we go our separate ways, and I tell them,
part.
It is the best part of being singles. I have so many guy friends that understand what I do, and then they are all of 30 or older too. Like, a lot of my guy friends are in their 30s now, are in their 30s, and I prefer that because they've grown up, they've gotten through their party phase, they've gotten through that, I'm gonna fuck all the bitches phase.
Yeah.
So they're just selective, and I'm being very selective about who I fuck. And who I allow to come into my personal space, because my energy has to be protected at all times.
Oh yeah, let's speak on that. So
yeah. Let's.
When you get these people that, first off, how do you protect your energy? Let's start there.
Well, I don't really allow a whole lot of people to be in my inner circle. So like, as of right now, people in my inner circle include Marie Daly, Avery Jane, Princess Havoc.
Princess Havoc is in my everyday circle.
I love her. That we actually just talked this morning, and she was as I was getting all of my little background here set up, we were chatting and stuff. I was vacuuming. I've been busy today. But like those girls, and then there's a few others that I have in my circle. Not all of them are in the industry, of course, because I do have some regular friends that I need to have, like we need to have regular friends to keep us feeling normal.
Okay, so let's speak on that.
hold on, how I protect my energy is keeping it small and keeping it only to those people. But then also when somebody tries to come in, I keep them at arm's length and say, yo, hold up. We're not doing that, bro. You want to be in this circle, you got to earn it. You got to earn it. So I keep people at arm's length and keep a distance from those who I need to learn about and see how they act. So I watch how they move. I watch how they speak, how they handle themselves. And then I just make that decision if I want them to be around me for a more, permanent time or whatever. So go ahead, what you were going to ask me.
Okay, so we talked about relationships. This is one thing I haven't talked about, well, at least not for a podcast, is your friends. So maintaining those regular friends versus industry friends. Because for me, when I got in this industry, I let go of like all my family and all my, like, anybody pretty much anybody who knew my government name.
Yeah.
At the time, because they were just so negative for me. So it's time to start over. So right now I wouldn't be opposed to having regular friends, but I do see it being a big of a challenge.
So I've been very open and vocal about what I do. Okay. So any of my friends that I had that were around me in the very beginning, I don't have very many of them left now because I do what I do. And they just decided to exclude me from their life because I changed professions and decided to go into this.
Yeah.
And that's fine. That's on them, that I do have a couple of amazing people in my life still that has known me for 10, 12 years. They've known me for so long, so they don't hold this against me. And actually they love me for it. They're like, yeah, girl, okay, go do your thing. Like, keep working, stay happy. We see that you're happy. We haven't seen you happy like this in forever. So that's why I appreciate those friends. For me, it's just finding the people who are accepting of what I do. And if they can accept that and stick around, then they continue to be my friend. If they don't, then I let them go. Even my family knows. My entire immediate family, my grandfather and one of my three of my aunts know.
What do they think?
All of my mom's sisters know. So you ask me, what do they think? I think that they see that I'm not the same person I was years ago. They see that I've changed. I've become more confident in myself. I get to travel more. I do a lot more things, for the family, as far as like helping out financially when I can. And they don't fault me for it because they love me because I'm their niece. They don't care as long as I'm staying safe. That's exactly the last thing. Okay, this is gonna get a little heart touching. I might cry a minute, but the last thing that my natural biological father said to me when I saw him in June of 2019, he says, I don't care what you do as long as you stay safe. And that definitely is one of the biggest things that resonates with me about anything. I stay safe. I keep myself out of situations because I don't want to end up one of those girls that is on the news that got killed. That's a fear of mine. Yeah. So I keep my circles as far as my unwork, like just regular friend circles, away from, for the most part, away from my porn friends, just because I have to keep them separate to be able to maintain that, relationships. But a lot of my friends know, and they say, you don't have to tell everybody what you do. I was like, I know, it's just a habit. So I've been trying to learn how not to talk about my work when I'm with my friends hanging out, unless they bring it up, So, yeah.
See, that's the hard part. And I always say, like, right now where I'm at, because I'm so much about my work. Like, it's really my number one priority. And I really hate to say that because the two people in my household should be my number one priority, but it's just been work. So I just do like Dewey Dollars and Paislee Hayes and trying to do that. So if I have a friend right now, it can't be someone outside of it, because the types of things that when I want to vent and stress, they don't understand. The things that they're going to complain about, oh, well, the husband's this, and oh, working at this desk all day or sitting here or this, like, I don't want to hear that kinds of stuff anymore because I'm not there in life anymore. And
Yeah.
it's annoying because
Yeah, no, and I completely understand what you're saying. I think as you get in this industry and you really start really doing it, you're going to appreciate your friends who are not in the porn industry, because work, yeah, while you should be all about it, sometimes you need a break from it. And you need to not think about work and actually have a normal life. So I encourage you to take time for your normal life with your family and go do something that's not sex work related. I encourage it. I absolutely think that you need to go and do something with those two people in your home, because those are the people who see you every day. And those are the ones that you should be like putting more of that energy into, you know?
Yeah, no, definitely for sure. And that's one thing I wanted to change going into we're in 2022, but something I just saw myself last year and then like this year. Don't get me wrong, I do make sure I do spend some time with them.
Yeah.
But it's outside of them, I would say I don't have any personal, like, the
You should
real
try to
me.
find one or two people, and it's going to take time to have a friend that you can say, look, this is what I do, and I just need a friend that's going to be completely unjudgmental of me and accept me for as the person as I am. Again, I've had a lot of those people in my life for years, and so I know it might not be the same for you. So finding those friends could be hard, and I get that why you just don't really care to do it. But guess what? We're friends. You can come vent to me. I understand.
That's why I'm so glad Princess introduced us. I'm so glad, like, that night just that night just brought me like a lot of good things because I've been working with Danica. I got to meet you.
I've been seeing. I love it.
Yes, yeah, I'm doing my little thing. But I would say the porn industry is not for me. I like just the content, camming kind of thing. That's more my lane. The problem is that my friends are porn stars, and the people that are cam girls are bitches. So,
guess what? A lot of us porn stars were cam girls first. Think about that.
it's definitely okay. Camming is one of those things. Okay, so you have this. I like to talk about the whole sex work umbrella. So you got your well, I call it a little umbrella because you got like your strippers, you have your escorts, you have your call girls, you have sugar babies, you have the cam girls, you have phone sex operators, you have porn stars.
Yep.
And if I missed one, I'm sorry.
It's okay. You pretty much got the concept. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like out of all of that, every single one, I think if you want to go into escorting, you want to go into stripping, you want to go into this, I feel like start as a cam girl because you'll get even if you want to be a sugar baby, like be a cam girl for a year or so, because you'll really get the knowledge and experience and understand. Because if you just say you have an escort friend and you just want to dive first into that, it's like you might get yourself caught up with the wrong thing. But camming allows you the time to learn when pimps are reaching out to you.
Yep.
When it's guys that's just trying to play you. Because I feel like if you go into that, then it's like, they might play you for some money or play you out some money or something. So you just gotta be mindful. But okay, or stripping or being a porn star. Like starting off as cam first, like really allows you the opportunity to just learn and learn yourself, learn your body, learn your camera, being on camera, just learn everything. So that's one thing I really appreciate about camming.
I absolutely agree with you 100%. Like I haven't cammed in over a year though. And like, I've just been so focused though on my escorting and my regular video work, because that's where I make my money. And sometimes customs, I have a couple customs I actually need to film. So I'm going to try to get them done today.
Ooh, customs can be so frustrating.
It's because I've had them for so long and just, it's like, I've been busy, and the times that I was going to do them, something came up and I couldn't. And then of course, I have my own mental days where I just like, I don't want to do this. I just need to take time for me. So I do. Excuse me. So, it definitely is a good idea. I agree, to start off in camming. And that's why Marie's here, and she's been camming a lot more lately. So I think that's really helping her to learn this industry some too. So I do encourage that. And I'm hoping that it all works out and I can get started back to camming again, because it's been a while. Been a long while. But
well,
yeah.
look, I'm glad you brought up escorting, because my other friends at Escort will not bring it up, and I've been wanting to interview one.
Oh yeah, let's talk about it.
So, I'm never gonna call anybody out, because to each their own. But I wish them girls would have brought it up. But so how'd you get into that?
You know what? It kind of just, it came with being in the industry. I think having social media and ways for people to contact me, when people are like, I want to meet you, I want to meet you. And it kept happening. And I kept getting emails and I kept getting people reaching out to me. I said, oh, okay, let me try this. So my first client was actually a referral from Sophia Rose.
Okay.
And he booked me for an overnight. And at that time, my overnights were a lot cheaper than they are now. Because I didn't really know how to do it. I had to learn through trial and error, and it was frustrating. So like I drove out there from Iowa, because I lived in Des Moines. He was going to meet me in Chicago. It worked out that way. So it was like a 5.5, 6 hour drive. So that was nothing. So I drove out there and met him at a coffee shop, and then we went to the hotel and we had dinner and we did our thing. I had a good time. Then the next morning, he had decided he left. So then I stayed at the hotel until it was time to check out, or some. I think that's what I did, and then I left and just went home. And he, paid a deposit, and he paid me the rest when he got there. And so each person's experience is different though. I've had some really great ones, and I've had some ones where I left feeling, he's probably not going to book again. And that's okay. It's quite okay. I am not mad at anyone for not wanting to book to see me again. It's sometimes you just find that one person that you are just infatuated with that might be similar to me, but is not, exactly me. Maybe it's a better person. That's great. I'm so happy, but I always encourage my clients to come back and see me, because I love, re-seeing clients. It's fun because we can just kind of create like a little bond and like have that rapport with each other. I've got one client I can't wait to see next month. Oh my God. When he told me he was coming to Vegas, I was like, you better tell me what day you want me to see me and what time, because I will be there.
Is that your pay pig, or he just got some good meat?
He pays, and he's got good meat. So, it's the best of both worlds, because he understands. He understands the business. He understands that we could still have a fun relationship, but this is not, this is a service I'm providing him, and then if he wants to film, I allow it, because it's good. Duh, no brainer. He content, I get the content, I leave happy, he leaves happy. Those are the best ones. And I've had some great randoms. Like one time I met a guy at the Stratosphere. We were just, me and one of my girls were sitting at the bar after we had got done shooting content, waiting for one of the other girls to get finished with a massage. And all of a sudden, this older gentleman next to us just strikes up a conversation, and then next thing we know, we're talking about being booked for a domination session.
Those are all those.
So and he was really, and he's another consistent one. I love that about him, because he knows that I give him what he needs, and I do it at a fair rate. I'm not trying to price gouge him, So, but yeah.
You also had so we both had wrestling experiences.
Yes. Did you get to wrestle with Dan?
No, this is another guy.
Another guy. Okay, sorry about that.
No. He's just somebody I actually met through Night Flirt. But
fun.
Yeah, and so we wrestle sometimes, and it's fun.
Do you do it clothed or naked?
Clothed, but it's like the
really
like a thong back.
Yeah. Like really skimpy.
Yeah. And but those are always fun. So talk about your wrestling experience.
Oh, my experience is great, because I don't have to worry about him getting hard or getting touchy in any way that he shouldn't be, because he
Mhm.
just really wants to try to take my fat ass down. he wants to he wants to do big girls like me because we're a challenge for him to get down. But I also seriously and honestly think that he just loves having big ass on him, because he loves that shit. Because he tells me about some of his other experiences with some of the girls that he's booked that I
Mhm.
know. And one girl, she's got a lot more belly and boobs. And so he really likes feeling all of that on top of him, where I've got a lot more ass. So I get to just sit on him and just,
Oh.
so like, it's a lot of fun. And he, he pays what he's supposed to pay, and he gives me incentives. Like, he'll give me extra money if I beat him. So it's like, and I get referral bonuses, like when I refer girls. So he likes the big girls. He really wants to start really getting, big women who are willing to do it, who are able-bodied, of course, because
Yeah.
as a big woman, I have a lot that I'm carrying. So I do, it hurts, I do walk away from those sessions a little sore, but it definitely keeps my strength up because I'm being active and I'm staying active.
So
So
how do you manage being a BBW and be like in here? Because it's a lot of physical shit.
oh my God, it is. I'm so sore right now. Like, just from working with Shane, and Dawn. Hit my whole shoulder, neck, and into my shoulder blade muscle is just, it's tight like this. It's just like, it's really frustrating.
Yeah.
So I have to get massages frequently. I have to take hot baths a lot, which, thank you, Jesus, I've got a bathtub I can fit in. I got a lot of booty here, girl. Okay, I need a big tub. And I do try to, when I'm hanging out with my friends or whatever, I try to have them rub it out, or like, help me stretch, because like I have to stretch a lot. Oh my God, actually I'm probably gonna stretch after we're done here because I haven't this morning.
So that's the thing. So I shot my first one on Tuesday, and what are we, Friday, and my back, my neck. Like, I'm in so much pain right now.
You need
I
to
didn't
stretch.
I didn't know.
Yeah. So make sure you stretch beforehand. Make sure you're taking your vitamins. Make sure you're really taking care of yourself, because this is a very physically demanding industry. So as a BBW, you can understand I'm dealing with, a lot more weight than some of these other girls.
Mhm.
And that's just how my life is. I can change it. I can. It takes time. It takes a lot of mental strength for me to want to work out and to eat right, because I'm comfortable. I am
Me too.
comfortable.
It is so hard.
And I'm a very real person, as you can see. I don't fucking care. We'll talk about everything under the sun. I'm totally an open book. But like, physically demanding job that we have, these men don't understand it. That's why we charge what we charge, because we have to take care of ourselves. Like, I need to go get a massage. I don't have enough money to get a massage right now because I have to pay rent still, like, or not still, but like I have to pay rent coming up. So I'm having to manage money, so it's just like, oh, my shoulder is killing me so bad.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I need to stretch it. So yeah, it's very hard. And I'm sure you've got a lot of weight here. So I know your back is probably sore as fuck. Your shoulders too, your neck, your shoulders, your back. Like, I feel you, girl.
That shit hurts. And I was like, oh my God, like, why didn't no one tell me this? Like, why didn't no one tell me take some vitamins, do the stretch? Like, no one has.
Because people are honestly, people don't have time to tell you what to do. You kind of have to figure it out on your own. People aren't willing to, they just don't care to. I don't mind, but I haven't really had a chance to talk to you, and so it's fun how you learn. You have this interaction. And maybe you're gonna go to see a chiropractor too. Keep yourself. I need to go see a chiropractor bad. Like, but it costs so much money. I just don't have insurance right now, so I'm just like, okay. Anyway.
But at least get some massages going.
Oh, girl, I'm about to just say fuck it and book my guy, because he's running a sale and I need to go get. It's gonna be 160, I think. for a 2-hour massage. So
Oh, that's gonna feel so
I
good.
use the CBD oil, so I'm pretty excited. I have him add like I think lavender scent to it, so I can have like a lavender CBD. Oh, I'll smell so good.
The aroma
Oh,
is gonna
because
be
that's
really
why I said
good.
I'm soft girl, because I get massages regularly with CBD oil.
Oh, I need
Come
to
out
book one of
here. Come
them.
out here. I'll come to you. He does house calls.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm gonna have to get out to Vegas soon.
Yes, please.
I'm coming, I'm coming.
Good. I can't wait. I can't
Well,
wait.
anything, I'm gonna put all your links down below in the description. Is there anything that you want to shout out or promote before we end?
I mean, you guys know how to find me. If you don't, then Google BBW Julie Ginger. But I have my website, julieginger.com. I've got julieginger.com, which takes you to my OnlyFans. I've got mini vids, just search Julie Ginger. I've got X videos. Oh wait, you know what to look up? Julie Ginger BBW. Like everything is so easy to find me. I have a Snapchat, which is the same as my Instagram, which is BBW Julie Ginger, 2 R's at the end. It's very just, I keep things as quite close together as I can. That's how branding works, people. Just
Yeah,
saying.
they'll get a
So,
lesson on branding another day.
right, talk about branding another day. But no, I just thanks to my fans for always being there for me and keeping me sane. And I apologize for being so behind on getting customs out, but I'm going to work on them this weekend. I promise. I will get to. And I'll start camming some more, I promise. Okay,
yeah.
New Year's, I'm gonna cam more.
Start by getting on once a week.
I know. It's just,
but it's a lot. It's a lot of work. Sheesh.
It is.
Well, thanks for coming on my podcast.
Thanks for having me. I can't wait to come on again.
Hey.